Honestly, if you've ever wanted to read a comic book where Superman beats the teetotal hell out of Santa Claus, this is that comic book, so kick back, relax, and enjoy. Opens, as many did in the past, with a splash page that tells us what the story's going to be about. Would Christmas be Christmas without Santa Claus? Gather around the Yule log fire while we spin the fantastic fable of the man who hates the holiday the whole world loves and seeks to stop its celebration by striking at Santa himself. He is greedy, Jasper Rasper, but he reckons without the man of tomorrow who guarantees that there will always be a Christmas despite the man who hated Christmas. As the book opens, we meet Jasper Rasper. Man so mean and hates Christmas so much that he actually fires an employee for saying Merry Christmas, Mr. Rasper. Cartwright, thought I warned all my employees not to offer me season's greetings. You're fired. And hating that so much, he decides he's going to kill Christmas. So he has his general manager bring in some special chocolates that he ordered. And he jumps into his Rasper helicopter to fly away. We then cut to the employee that was fired by Jasper Rasper for wishing him a Merry Christmas, and he tells his landlady that he can't pay his rent because he got fired and he has a grandchild that he's trying to raise. The landlady feels so bad for him that she says he can hold off on paying rent, and she goes to report the story to Perry White, who gives the story to Clark Kent and says, check this out, it might make for a good human interest thing. Clark Kent finds out from the manager that Jasper Rasper has traveled to the North Pole to sabotage Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to point out the difference between modern day comic books and the comic books of the past. All that information was given to us in one page. Unlike modern day comics, which that would be the first issue. Superman flies off to the North Pole to stop the sabotage, and we cut to seeing Santa Claus running through his chimney gym. He's training to go from chimney to chimney. That's awesome. That is Silver Age silliness, ladies and gentlemen. When all of a sudden Jasper Rasper somehow goes to Santa's workshop, finds his magical chimney gym. I'm thinking, why is this public knowledge where he is? How did he just roll right up? It's like a tourist attraction. Hello, Santa Claus. You've given so many gifts to others. I thought it high time you got one yourself. How thoughtful of you. Won't you have some? No, thanks. Never touched sweets myself, and now I must be going my Merry Christmas, Santa. Heh, you won't find it very merry this year. Delicious. Getting sleepy. Fast asleep, but that's only the beginning. Man, Santa Claus is trusting. It's like one panel. Here's your chocolates. Let me down them. Oh my gosh. Not even a question about why are you in Santa's workshop. It's like Santa Claus 3. It should be a tourist trap. It's so easy to find. So Santa Claus goes into a food coma and falls asleep while Jasper Rasper watches on. Yak, yak. Who laughs like yak, yak? Yak, 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 yak. He's like a Martian from Mars Attacks. Yak, 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 yak. Little did Santa suspect those munchy morsels had been treated with a new wonder drug, which causes fatty tissue to multiply at miraculous speed. Who wants to get fatter? If you're a scientist out there and you understand why would we want a drug that causes fat to multiply at a miraculous speed? And then Jasper takes time to roofie the reindeer. That sounds like a Christmas special waiting to happen. Roofie the red nose. Anyway, Roofie the passed out reindeer. Train. No Santa Claus circling the globe. No gifts distribution this year. Christmas will be a flopperoo. And so he flies away and Superman flies in to save Santa Claus, waking him up and to alert him to the sabotage. So wanting to spring into action, Santa Claus tries to stand up only to find out that he's too fat to get out of his chair. This makes him worried. Oh my gosh, the chocolates, they made me fatter. And I'm just paraphrasing at this point. And he goes, I think I know his dastardly plan. And he goes to his chimney gym. Okay, Santa Claus calls it an obstacle course in the comic book. I've actually been wrong about that for a couple of times. Anyway, on with the story. So Santa tries to give a run through his chimney obstacle course, only to find out that his worst fears have come true. He's too fat to fit down the chimney. But Superman says a diabolically clever plot. But Rasper didn't count on my intervention. I can get your weight back to normal if you'll cooperate. I'll do anything. So Superman throws him on the floor and starts rubbing his hands all over him. And Santa Claus is like, back off, Kevin Spacey. I don't know what you're trying to do. And he's saying, okay, I'm just going to whack the fat out of you, I guess. What is his plan here? He doesn't even have any dialogue explaining why he's manhandling Santa Claus. Santa Claus says, I feel like I'm going through a meat grinder. Great, that shows we're making progress. Now I know how your enemies feel when you give them a going over. Ooh, that's way too personal. I guess we'd better stop this particular maneuver while you've still some skin left. Holy crap. It's like giving him Santa Claus the worst Indian burn. But since that didn't work, Superman says, you know what? If this, you mean this is only the beginning? Don't worry, I've got lots of reducing ideas. Bon voyage, and he throws them down an ice slick. So Santa Claus asks him, what are you doing now? Which I'm sure modern day would have a what the f are you doing right now? As Superman flies over top of him, sliding out of control on ice. And Superman says, merely scaring a couple of pounds off you. And so he crashes into the ice in front of Santa Claus to scare him, thinking he's going to sink into the cold water. But as Santa Claus, as he goes over the water, Superman pushes his foot up in the air. So, a little helping hand. Oh, this is awesome. That scared the mitts and some weight off of me. What next? You and my friend, you and I, my friend, are headed to south of the border. He's going to a volcano. So Superman begins throwing stuff at the volcano. These boulders should produce some action. Santa Claus is like, must you? An ominous rambling is succeeded by an eye-dazzling upheaval, and the volcano erupts. There's like towns and cities around this volcano, you know it. And he causes an eruption to make Santa Claus lose weight. Santa Claus is like, I'm burning alive. No, you're just sweating off of a couple of pounds. Oh my gosh, this is great. I love this book. It's amazing how much weight I've lost already. Can't we let it go at that? No, we've got to do this thing upright. On to California. Look below this San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. Up and down the cables. He's pushing him up and down the cables, forcing him to run. Oh my goodness. Keep running. This is excellent road work. Couldn't it have been a plain ordinary road? He's abusing the shit out of Santa Claus. Oh, what now? I'm building what's known as an aquaplane. So still going off the false idea that being afraid is going to make him lose a lot of weight, Superman begins to swim very, very fast. But I don't know how to aquaplane. Don't be so modest. You're doing fine. Bridge ahead. Hold tight. Wait, why be different? Why not go under it? If this doesn't frighten a couple of pounds off you, nothing will. I can feel them pouring off. Later in Metropolis, hooray, I'm making progress. Stop admiring yourself. Let's go. We're dropping in on a masquerade dance celebrating the city's sesquicentennial anniversary. I can't say that word, sorry. And what about muscles? If this weren't a masquerade, I'd swear you were really Superman. Standing beside me is the world's greatest jitterbugger. He claims he can outrace any of you. Please, Superman, just one malted. Nothing doing. Remember your weight? Come on, Santa. Let's see if you're as good as your buddy claims. We cut to the party and see that Santa Claus is actually jitterbugging. Say, this is fun. You've as much pep as the real Santa Claus must have. Superman, go to it, girls. He'll think nothing of dancing with all of you simultaneously. No undertones there, is there, children? Oh, my aching back. And as they're flying away, what an ordeal. That was all, I hope. We've got a few more pounds to lose, and we'll call it quits. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. No, it's a plane. No, it's a meteor. What the honest fuck, Superman? Seriously. So Superman says, that final scare did it. You're back to your normal weight. He's throwing meteors at Santa Claus. So they go back to the chimney obstacle course, and they see that Santa Claus can in fact fit down chimneys when an elf runs in and says, Santa, come quick, something terrible has happened. So Santa Claus and Superman finally discover the roofied reindeer, and Superman, of course, says, well, wait a second, I can fly you around the world to do that. Of course, I'm paraphrasing once again. And as they're flying around, they see a helicopter on an ice. Says, look below, a helicopter is stranded on an ice segment. It's about to crash into an iceberg, and there's a man standing on it. So Superman picks up, and we see that it's Jasper Rasper. Santa Claus, Jasper says, surprised. It's Rasper, the man who tried to sabotage Christmas. You and Superman saved my life despite the sneaky trick I played on you. Why? Ever hear of peace on earth, goodwill towards men? Why did you want to sabotage Christmas, Rasper? I jostled and fought my way up from poverty without scruples. No one ever gave me a helping hand, and my formula for success was to be trickier than my neighbor. I hated Christmas with its talk of charity and goodwill. It made a mockery of my hard-boiled philosophy. I decided to sabotage the holiday. But now that you two have saved my life, I'm beginning to wonder, maybe I've been wrong. Maybe there is something to the goodwill toward men reasoning. So basically, he doesn't like Christmas because it's socialist. Chasing ghosts, my friend. Chasing SJW ghosts. That's all he's doing. So Santa hears his pleas and his reasonings, and he says, if you see the error of your ways, Rasper, there's hope for you. But I've performed so many cruel injustices. It's not too late to remedy them, Rasper, and I suggest you begin with your former employer, Mr. Cartwright. That's the guy who fired for saying Merry Christmas in the beginning. So they drop Jasper Rasper off at his office building, and he says, thanks for everything, and Merry Christmas. And later we see Cartwright. That was Mr. Rasper, Tommy. He's sending some toys over for you. I told you he was a generous man, so Grampy got his job back. It's the best Christmas we ever had. Nothing's changed. We're in exactly the same position we are at the beginning of the story. And then we cut back to Superman and Santa Claus, and Superman says, need any help? Is this chimney too small? And Santa Claus says, keep your hands away from me, you sadistic freak. Or at least he should have. He actually just says, don't worry, I can fit down these chimneys easily. And then just to show that even though they were sillier stories, at least they filled up every hole, the landlady gets paid for the story she gave to Perry White. See, they wrap up everything. They tell the story. 14 pages, more story than a modern day whole issue. And of course, you cannot end a Christmas story in a comic book without that final and Merry Christmas to all. Superman carrying Santa, Merry Christmas to all, and season's greetings from Jerry and Joe. And that will hit you right in the feels, ladies and gentlemen. But there you go, Action Comics 105's Christmas story, where Superman basically beats the crap out of Santa Claus until he's so scared he loses weight. I love this story. It's funny as heck. It's 14 pages, really quick read, and tons of fun. Well, there you go, True Believers, Action Comics 105. What did you think? Well, at least, like I said, it's the Christmas story. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Or you like me, just found it funny as hell that Superman would do this? Yeah, granted, come on, guys. It was like 1947, so they didn't know the things we know about weight loss, like you can't throw somebody into a volcano to make them lose weight. What did you think of the whole thing? What did you think of the style of the video? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you do like videos like this, you want to see more, Click like, click share, of course, because that gets word about the channel, and we certainly appreciate that happening. If you haven't done it already, hit subscribe and that notification bell. Cool things happen around here. Also, if you are subscribed and came across this video without knowing about it, hit the notification bell a couple of times. Make sure that you're notified. I've been hearing that some people haven't been getting the notifications and, would like to change that. Also, this is the way we make our living. So if you don't mind, head on over to Patreon. Drop $1 in the till. Help us keep the lights on and help us keep making videos like this. We certainly appreciate everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers who wonder what exact animal are they eating at the Grinch when they say it's a roast beast, thank you very, very much for watching.